Hello, you guys. Let's see if we are live, and I believe we are. So a while ago I was live, but I know I was live, and I wasn't ready to be live. So now I'm ready to be live, I think. Let's see. Let me get up here, and let's see what we got. Okay, so I haven't tried this Dixie Belle Patina paint, and I've spilled my patina paint, so you totally cannot even see the name of it. But it is a bronze, nope, this one's a copper. It is a copper color, and we're going to put it on this old vintage jar and see what happens. So you can put a color. So like if you want a specific color, then like underneath it, like I could do, okay, so if I wanted this jar to be like blue, then I could totally, I'm trying to see if I think it's okay. So if I wanted this jar to be blue, I could totally paint it blue and then put a little patina paint just where I wanted it. But I'm going to see what this jar looks like with the whole thing done with patina paint. So we're going to just paint the whole jar and see just exactly how it works. So you'll probably see this in replay because all of a sudden I just decided I would do this live instead of, oh my gosh, I can never get these lids off because I don't clean the lids first. So let's see. Let's see if we can get this lid off. It's not happening. Oh, let me try something else here. Sometimes you can break it loose by a little fancy banging on the floor. Aha, that worked. So, okay. So we should have it good and stirred up because we were banging it around. Okay. So this should, 2 coats. You're going to need 2 coats. 1 coat is you're going to let it dry. The second coat, we will apply the patina paint while it's still wet. So I'm just going to quickly do a coat all the way down on all sides, and I think right up to this top part here. And then I'm going to dry it with a dryer, a little heat gun. Let me just do this around the top, make sure you can see. Make sure I've got my camera close enough. Let me pull this camera just a tiny bit closer, so I can actually, see better. So I've got another big jar here I want to do, and I may do it on a Pinterest live. So, we'll try that one. We're going to try that. I wanted to try this one first, and yeah, I got it on there, but it doesn't matter. So I'm going to just put a thin coat on here. And you do want to wear some gloves with this, y'all, because it is a little bit, it's not like super toxic or anything, but it is something you probably don't want to get on your hands. So let's see here. So I'm just going to give this a coat, and then we're going to dry it. And if you catch this in the replay, I really just wanted to show this being the first time that I've used this on a glass jar. So I really just wanted to video it. So I thought I'd just go ahead and bring it live. And I actually went live a while ago, earlier, for about a minute. And then I was like, oh crap, I didn't know I was live yet. I wasn't trying to be live yet. So anyways, here we are. And so I'm going to go ahead and get this, like I say, just all the way around. I'm going to come down here and do the bottom. And I thought I would do a little painting while I'm watching some basketball today. So I may come on here again live later, just so I'll have these videos to share with you. And they don't necessarily have to be alive. We'll see how this all goes. Okay, so if you do come on live, if you do happen to catch me live, say hello. And so I know that you're with me. Okay, let's see. So let me get this here, and then we'll get the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom just because I don't want it to stay clear. So it may make it a little harder to maneuver and dry. But I think we're pretty good on there. That's a pretty good. And so I really didn't know how this would set on glass. So that was part of my question. So I have this very cool old jug that I want to use patina on, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to do patina or if I wanted to do like a salt spray. So let's dry this right quickie. Actually, let me move this spray over a little bit and this paint over a little bit. There we go. I don't want to dry those. So this dries pretty fast. So it can be a pretty quick project, but they're just always so interesting, I think, the patina projects. If you follow me on Pinterest, you'll know that there are some patina projects on there that I did with some moons and that kind of stuff. Let me see if I can get this bottom dry so that I can set it down, lean it down. So we'll get a little drier and oopsie, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to break your glass. So there we are. Let's see if it picks me back up or not. That was very weird. I don't know if it will continue to be blank or if it's, oh, there we are. Okay. Technology is wonderful. Lovely, lovely. Dang, I hate when that stuff happens. It's so annoying. I just wanted to cooperate. Okay, let me try to, I've got it. Looks like I've just got my face on there again. Let me go back here. Crazy, crazy. Let me move up here. And I've got picture in picture of me twice. That's handy. Let's try. Life is good, isn't it? Oh my gosh. It's acting crazy today, y'all. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Okay, now, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what is happening. Life is crazy, crazy. Okay, let's try this again. Oh my goodness, y'all. Sorry about all the screw ups. I'll see if I can go back and delete that later. So this is all getting pretty warm and dry. So I'm going to dry it just a tiny bit more, and then we're going to add a fresh coat. And I'm curious how long like this would stay on, like if it will come off easy. I don't know how well it works on glass. So I've done this. I've used the patina on metal, and I've used it on some plastic, but I haven't used it on glass. Okay, so we're going to need, the second thing we need is the patina spray. So we're going to use the green spray on this. There's a green and there's a blue. This one I decided I would just use the green. And so you want to connect your little sprayer on here, because we're going to just spritz this on, and then we'll start the drying process again a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and put another. So my paint, the second coat needs to be wet, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting this second coat on. And let's see what happens now. And then when it is dry, not when it's dry, when it is still wet, we are going to use the patina spray. I'm going to try to get the paint a little bit heavier in some areas, because when you do that, it seems to get a little more of the green rust patina color, and that's what I like. So I'm going to just spread this on, and if you have any questions, you can always leave me comments anytime, and I'll come back and check them out. So mostly I wanted, like I said, I wanted to have a recording of this, so I just thought I'd go ahead and pull it live right fast. So unless this is wet, it is not going to activate, if that makes sense. So that's why I'm doing the second coat. So the second coat is going to be the activation coat. Patina paints are just really not hard at all. They're super easy, and they just make the neatest projects. So if you haven't seen, and if you follow me on Facebook, there's a lot of different projects on there that I've used the patina paints on. So I may do the salt wash on that jar. Dixie Belle makes a lot of different products that you can make do some texture and all those things. So this one is going to be the patina, and I'll either patina that jug or I'll do a salt wash on it. So let's see. Okay, that's all pretty wet. Some areas are wetter than others. I'm going to try to get it all. I'm going to spin it around here, because if it's not wet, it won't take it. But that's okay, really, because you don't have to do the whole thing in a patina. I just was going to do this one pretty heavy just to kind of see what would happen. But if there's areas that are not wet, that's fine. It just won't take the spritzer spray activator there. Okay, so let me scoot this over, and we're going to go ahead and just spray some of this activator spray on it. I'm going to go ahead and try to set this up. This is just a little spritz of spray, and you don't want to get this just any old place, okay? Because that's the part, whoops, I got a little over there. This is the part that will rust and make a rusty little everything if you're not careful. Okay, so we're just letting that drip down, and then I'm going to, first I'm going to wipe up over there where I've spritzed it further than I wanted to, and then this should start activating, looking rusty and patinaed in a very short time. I'm going to try to speed it up though with a little bit of heat by drying it a little bit. I know it's hard to see when it's just straight up, so I'm going to try to dry it and turn it at an angle again. But first I want to wipe up over here where I sprayed a little bit of that spray. I don't want it to make my my stand that I'm using with my camera. I do not want to make that rusty. So I'm gonna wipe that up just a little bit with a Lysol wipe, and hopefully that will take care of that. Okay, so now let's start the drying process a little bit with this. The heat will activate it usually a little bit faster. It also is a little interesting because without the heat, sometimes it doesn't have as much, like, I don't know, it'll look like a heavier patina sometimes with the heat. So I'm going to go ahead and start just spinning that around a little bit. I don't know if you can kind of see where the drips and stuff are. You can kind of see it activating in certain places. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, but we kind of got a little pool of activation stuff there. So you can also go back if you wanted to have a little bit more of the green patina. I've actually gone back and put like another little layer. So far, this is looking pretty cool. I don't see a lot of color yet, and I love some color. So I may have to come back and put a little bit more, but it does continue to activate as it dries. Even at this, without so much color, starting to get a little bit of color, not a lot yet. It just is such a neat look. And this will dry hard, like a rusty jar, rusty container of some sort. I'm going to get it out of that little pool of activator there and try to get the bottom part here. So that very bottom shouldn't activate because I didn't put a second amount on there, a layer. So I don't know if you can see a little of the rusty patina green showing. I'm going to keep spinning it and drying it. And it'll continue on. So it just depends on how much you want. Like this is getting a little more, I don't want to make it super hot and bust my jar. I don't know if that'll happen, but you can see it's just getting a little bit of, just has such a neat, let me kind of show you under the camera a little bit closer here. Maybe you can see where some of the green is activating there around the neck where I did the paint a little bit thicker there. So if you want it to be just a little bit thicker, now you don't want to dip your brush in and out of your jar several times, but if you want some thicker spots, you can dab a little bit more on. But now I'm not going to stick this back in my jar because I don't want it to get the activation liquid into my jar. So I'm going to put just a little bit more on here and see if we can get just a few spots that are a little darker. So it kind of just changes. Like this just looks so cool. I hope y'all can see the colors. Now if I put a little thicker like this, it really should get a little bit more rusty, thick, you know, kind of thing happening. So I'm going to just do that, but like I said, I'm not going to put that back in my paint. I'm going to just do that one, well, not just one. I'm going to do a little bit more because I want to see exactly how, and I kind of like that part of the paint and stuff has come off down there. So now we'll just spritz a little bit more activation fluid on here. I'm going to try to just to kind of drip it, actually, not just spray it. See if I can just get a little, and y'all can see it kind of just really starts to activate pretty fast when it's a little thicker spots like this. So I'm going to just spin this around and try just to get those spots. And we're going to see if we can make a little thicker layer of patina in just those spots. So my jar is a little bit warm, but I'm going to go ahead and try to dry it a little bit more. And we'll see if we can get a little more activation going. So y'all tell me what you think about this little patina project. I hope you can see the texture. I'm going to hold it up just a little bit taller up here next to the camera. And I'm also going to try to move out this a little bit. There we go. So as that second layer that I put on is a little thicker, I like that it just has the drips and stuff down. And you can tell, hopefully, that it is a little bit thicker. And then as this activates later on, I'll share a picture of this on my Facebook page, and you'll be able to see the finished product a little bit better. So it's a pretty cool product. It's hard to show it all in one live setting because it needs to set and dry a little bit longer, and it kind of continues to activate. And I'm trying not to burn my hands. So, you know, you don't want to do that. And then later, I've got a couple of reusable transfers that I'm going to just squeegee some paste on here with chocolate transfers. And that way, we'll have a design on here. But I just want to make sure this is good and dry first. And we'll see. This is looking very, very cool. And as it, like I say, as it dries, it's going to usually gets more of the green patina. But it definitely has changed the look of this little jar a whole lot, hasn't it? So, let me hold it up here where you can see it, and this will give my hands a chance to dry for just a minute. So, it is starting to get, let me hold it right up here where you can see better. It is starting to get a little bit of the green patina around the top. Now, sometimes this gets really a lot of the patina look. And hi, Gabby. I'm glad you hopped on. This was a last minute project in my head, and I was like, ooh, I'm going to do that. So it just, the first time I've done a jar, but this jar is still super hot, so I'm going to not touch it again. But this, y'all, the paint actually has metal in it. So it's very cool that it can start just, hey, Kim. I'm glad y'all saw my little post and hopped on. So it really has a lot of cool texture going on. And I added a lot extra paint up in here, so I'll be curious of how that goes. And then I don't know if y'all were on when I showed this other jar, so I want to do this jar, and I was trying to decide whether to use the sea spray or the patina. And so I don't know, I'm so in love with both of those textury products, it's hard to decide. This is just a good old wine jug from a long time ago. There's a bunch of several different old jugs and jars that I found, and that is still super warm. So I probably should lay off the heat gun a little bit. But y'all, it has such a neat texture to it. So I am going to let this cool off, and it'll probably have to dry a little bit more. Doesn't feel like it's quite dry. And we'll see if the patina is going to be as much. Right now, it's not near like when we do it on the wood. But I'm hoping that when it sets longer, we'll get some more of that patina look on it. And this little jar actually even has a little bail for it. And this little bail is already rusty. So it doesn't have to. And then it has one of the zinc ball jars. And I didn't know whether to try to put anything on that or just leave it. So I think I'm going to just leave it. The sea spray is, that's a great question, Kim. The sea spray is the textury. Let me pull out a thing over here that I have done it on. I may have been doing that before we met. So let me show you what a good, there's a whole bunch of pictures I just dropped down there too. But the sea spray is like this. See all the nice texture and very chippy. And then I just did a transfer on there that I just wanted part of it to show. And so it's a very chippy, worn look, and I love it. But I've never done it on glass. I love it. This is one of my favorite types to do on like a door or just a wood piece. But let me get this a little closer where you can see all the chippy fun. So the sea spray just gives it all this nice texture. And so I apply like one color of paint with the sea spray, and it's just a very texture. It's just a powder product that you can add to your paint, and then you just kind of dab it on, and then you come back with whatever color you want to be on top, and then you can totally mess with it and sand parts if you want, get all seriously chippy. So this will be another fun. And I'm really thinking I need to try this on a glass jar because I haven't. So, and it's a great fun product too. So let me wipe this off while I've got it there. So our jar is getting a little bit more green as it sets. So hopefully it will do that and be all green and all kinds of pretty. So I'm almost wondering if I should do a little bit more, or should I just be patient? Y'all know I'm not very patient. so I'm like, oh, just be patient. Oh, I don't know. So I'm gonna try to be patient. Yeah, I think so too, Kim. So I'm seriously gonna try that, and I may just try that, and I may try that, and I may try that, and I may try that. So my phone just acted crazy, y'all. It just went nuts. So I'm going to get off here because I'm having like a technical options today that are not good. I don't know what's happening. So I will see you again soon, and I'm going to let this just do a little green, and then if I may hop back on later today and do the sea spray. If I can get all these technical things worked out, I don't know what's going on. So, okay, you guys have a great afternoon, and let me know anytime you have questions, and I will see if I can end this. I couldn't start it while it goes first. So now let's see if we can end it. Okay, have a great day, you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye now.